schedule, and like we could look at doing a real, like a non-recappy kind of session next week potentially.
Okay.
Assuming that this is going to be like a lot of recap and like a little bit of work.
Yeah, it's probably going to be a lot of recap.
Yeah, so I'm into like doing a real session next week that we're able to like take a lot of action on.
Yeah.
Now that this is a full-fledged meeting, according to Zach.
Right. Because, like, to give you an idea, there's been, like, 3 or 4 Badlands sessions at this point since this, like...
Yeah.
There's that... What's funny is there actually hasn't been a ton of progress. They've just been fighting in a giant tower.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
But it's pretty wild fighting. But anyway, I won't regale you on another campaign. Instead, we're going to recap the one we have. So, let's start with what you do remember.
Nose goes. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Nose goes.
I'll go, but also, can y'all see Gareth and Jet's video or no?
I can.
Yeah.
You can? Okay, it's just like squares for me.
Well, it is kind of pixelated. You're right.
Oh no, mine's just like the circle and squares.
Our internet is
Squares.
amazing. Our internet is so
Like it's
great.
2 squares that are like going around, like trying to load.
Oh, so it's just not even loading for you? Okay.
No, yeah.
Oh,
Better or worse? Better or worse?
it looks about the same.
Yeah,
Zach?
I just don't see image, but let me refresh.
Keep going.
Oh, this is a weird look. My head is just floating in darkness.
I think it's
Like
appropriate
it
for
took
a
up, like
DM.
it took up like both, like the whole length. There's just darkness.
It's appropriate for a DM, I think.
Yeah,
All
right.
It's also just an extension of reality.
Yes.
Yeah, so I can go because I tried to listen to the YouTube video, and I probably
Were gonna have to listen to multiple to like go back.
Well, you know, it was interesting because I was listening to it while I was doing dishes, and then every now and then there'd be like no sound, and everybody goes, "Oh yeah." And those were the times whenever Brett was talking and his. So it's like someone would be halfway through a sentence and just stop talking. Here I am, like, you know, oiling the cast iron skillet or whatever, and just like clean it. And it's just like, what happened to the audio? And it's like, oh yeah, no, that's good. So you do that, and it was just really weird listening to it without hearing Brett's voice. So.
Yeah, that was a problem. Gosh,
That's so funny.
how it was going for a while. Like it affected multiple campaigns that you're recording, if I remember right.
Yeah, and I think I fixed it, but I'm not sure.
Well,
To find out.
That is so bizarre. Is it because you're the recorder that it does that?
Yeah.
right.
Weird.
Well-
It's some setting with OBS.
Yeah.
Well, so if I would have known that our battle lasted 1 hour, I would have fast forwarded through that and I listened to the first 25 minutes of it. But just in case you're wondering, our battle lasted 1 hour.
Which
And it was
battle?
like the one where we were like standing around the town square, and it was just
really?
like,
That lasted an hour?
yes.
My
Yeah.
God.
It's like I had no idea, but anyway, so I kind of fast forwarded.
Combat can take a long time.
Yeah, well, we had a lot of people, and that's why it wasn't like we were
Yeah.
Oh,
we just had
that's
so
right.
many people moving around.
Yeah.
That's how it
Fair
happens.
enough.
But I was
Oh,
trying to
that's
get
so
the
fun.
plot, and anyway, so we started off at the Wind Temple, and Buff Cardinal dude. I think
Dude.
like we healed him or something.
Cardinal
Yes.
dude.
Yeah, remember Buff Cardinal? Yeah. So
I
You'll
Buff
see.
Cardinal.
Actually, let me. If you pan
Yeah,
over
here's
to
a
roll
card for
20.
that.
Yeah,
But I do
that's who
love
you-
Buff Cardinal dude as
I love
like
Buff
Cardinal. Look out!
Buff Cardinal dude, but like he's like in the Catholic faith.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
oh, for sure. Yeah.
So if you go to
He's
roll
next to
20,
me,
you
right?
can see the picture of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
big
so
time, big
This
into this.
absolute magnificent specimen.
Yeah, that beast of a cardinal. Yeah, we helped
That's
him
right.
out. And then the genie turned us into a gaseous form, and we flew back to Deos. I'm glad someone wrote it up on top of the map because I forgot. And
that
so,
good foresight.
then Aphelion pulled off from the rest of everyone else to like investigate some things, and went and saw the ship and made sure that they were still there. And so anyway, we all reformed in the middle of the town because things around it were like all burnt to pieces, where it was either fire or a terror attack, and it was an attack from.
It was a combination. It was a combination of like elementals running amok, as well as like the massive storm and lightning.
Yeah, I forgot about the big storm for sure.
Right. Yeah.
Because the big bird was causing the storm.
Right.
Correct.
Well,
And I'll,
Right.
because I got these pictures, I might as well bring them back.
Yeah, let's see the good art.
Stormbird.
Onward.
Also, don't forget that guy. And this guy.
Oh yeah, Eldoras. Yep. Who was turned evil by the something in the portal, right? The
Machine.
Well, let me. This guy.
The outsider, yeah, Skull Dude. Ghost Rider.
Kind of, yeah.
The outsider. Ghost Rider.
So,
Nick Cage.
and
I don't think anyone would want Nicolas Cage as the main, like, big bad evil guy in a campaign. Like, that would be.
I'm going to steal the temple.
He'd be so OP. He'd be so smart.
He would be it would be absolutely bonkers.
Status quo.
Campaign of National Treasure, like a National Treasure D&D campaign.
You know what?
Oh my
That would
God.
actually be
That would
super
be
fun.
That
what?
might be pretty fun.
You know, all this
There's
talk
so
of
many puzzles.
all this talk of Nicolas Cage makes me realize that Nicolas Cage is a national treasure.
Truly.
He
Wow.
is. Yeah. Anyway, so I had to put that one in there. So, but let's do this. So we scroll in and we go and we fight in the middle of the town for 1 hour, which is probably 5 minutes in combat.
Yeah.
Right.
After that, I don't remember up into my storyline. I don't remember what happened in between. Wasn't there people in the church that were taking shelter? Were they taking shelter at the Lord's house? I don't have my notes in front of me.
They were okay, so there were essentially two places that people were taking shelter in the town. The two like main structures that were left. One of the major ones was the temple. The priestess of the town was kind of basically, managing everything, and also the Lord's own house. His estate was being used, and let's see, it's let me find him. Where is he? Yes, this fellow.
Yes, the very good-looking fellow.
Oh yeah, Edwin.
That's right, Lord Ed. So, Lord Ed had came like I honestly haven't gone back and watched anything, but from what I can recall, the major thing was that Lord Ed came to you with this like basically his guard, escort, and asked Barondir to essentially offer some moral support for the town. So Barondir went into the temple and essentially offered up a speech, which was pretty good for on the spot, if I may say so myself.
Right.
Actually, did I give you inspiration? Because I need to give you inspiration for that.
Yeah, I think you did.
Okay, good.
But you never give inspiration, so I feel very special for that.
Well, it was a well done, like off the cuff speech. So
Hard to remember to get inspiration.
now I forget to give it all. I forget it exists as a mechanic.
You only have like 7 different players to play in your head, and then think of a storyline. It's not that hard to remember inspiration, Drew.
The
Just
worst.
kidding, buddy. Yeah, so did a speech there. Did anything happen in between that? Because after that, I remember us going back to Zenaris' house to sleep because he said he would put us up for the night.
Right. So what happened is you went there, and there was a little more like you were just kind of. So you gave a speech in the temple. Here at the Zenaris estate, you actually kind of mingled amongst the refugees, and you were more one-on-one kind of stuff, right?
Yeah.
And after that, you did go to Nadia's room.
Right. I remember that.
And you ended up looking around, and you ended up finding some hidden things, and you found a box.
Yeah, I rolled crazy investigation rolls.
You did. You did really good.
Like crazy.
Hardcore creepy. Next level creep. Yeah.
Yeah, I see both I see a 17, an 18, a 19.
Yeah.
And a 21.
And that 20 on Arcana.
Arcana.
Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
I don't know what
yeah,
you were trying
you were
to
on
do, but
fire. You were on fire.
Motivated. Very motivated.
The spirit of Nadia was with me, so.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but I could not open it, right? Like the key kept flying out.
Well, think of it as like you were trying to put together ends of the magnet that were the same polarity, so they just like like you couldn't physically put them together, and you sensed you rolled like a crit on your Arcana check, but you have no background in Arcana.
Not at all.
So I basically you knew that there was obviously more to it, like you could figure out how to open it.
Maybe
but it would
like with a spell or a code or a song or something.
Right, it would take something along those lines.
Or a gnome with an adept sleight of hand.
Or thinking about this retroactively, or an inspiration, which I probably should have used, but I didn't think about it. But it's okay. Moment's gone. But now I have a puzzle to figure out. So
it's literally a puzzle box.
Yes.
That deals with Nadia's past. And if you remember Nadia, or remember her, roughly the backstory, she and Brondir had a thing.
Yep.
And
their initials are engraved on the tree that Aphelion is at.
Yes.
Right, Aphelion talked to that old tree. Of course, because of course. And
naturally.
See, so Nadia, however, was betrothed to another lord.
Right.
So Brondir had to end his thing. However, Brondir coming back finds out that Nadia basically ran away from an unhappy marriage, came back, stole her family's ancestral weapon, which was Wolfsbane, and has not been seen since.
But we think she might be reincarnated as a dwarf.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Lord Ed had said that he had tried, because he had tried and gone to he went to the witch in the swamp for information, and that's what he found out. Now, whether or not that's true is an entirely different matter, but that's the lead you have.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Right.
Which is crazy.
And
now the whole thing is like, is it the dwarf you wrestled?
No, it's not. That is not a thing.
Definitely not. That's not a thing.
it's like pottery. Oh, it's so beautiful. Oh, the ironing, it's great.
Oh gosh. While that would be hilarious for literally anybody else, don't do it to my character. I will quit.
I won't lie, the thought crossed my mind, but no.
Oh god.
Oh gosh.
So good.
But that's not like I wrestled her. Like,
her name
I was forced
Claudia.
upon this dwarf to wrestle.
Claudia.
Like,
Yeah.
Claudia.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
So
I felt like there was a little bit of conversation about whether our group should go to the witch for information next.
Yeah.
I think that I remember that being our last kind of game plan.
mm-hmm. It was.
It'd be a shame to not while we're so close.
I know, and it's like, even though things could go horribly wrong, I think that that's such an interesting part of the world building that Jet metagaming is very interested and wants to.
For
sure,
switch.
me too.
Well, I
And we
think
already have friends over there, so.
I think Chella's would also be interested as a
Chella.
character.
Yeah, because she's like, what power has this chick got? You know, where is she? What is she wielding? And Chella's a witch. She's
Right.
not afraid of witches just because they're witches. So
Right, yeah. She's basically part of a coven, so I mean.
yeah.
I know definitely Aphelion was definitely interested in seeing the witch.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that was kind of the last spot, and if I remember right, you guys had gone back. Somebody had gone back to the dock, and basically,
Effie.
yeah. So what happened is that your ship captain, the guy you rode with, and that would be Sir Bill Long.
Sir Bill Long.
That's right.
Yeah, we are fingers crossed that he's stayed around. That's where we're at, right?
I think.
No, he's offshore.
Yeah,
Yeah, Aphelion confirmed that his ship was off the coast, but he was still in.
He was shady. He was doing some shady stuff with the stuff in his cargo hold.
Yeah, I'm still interested in what all of that is about.
And we haven't yet figured that out. So
There's like, okay, fair point.
we knew it was like treasure for the governor of the whatever.
Whatever of
But
Retria.
like Retria. And like I questioned him about it, but he was very, very mysterious about what he could tell me.
Right, as he probably should be, but
As he
also,
probably should be.
Also, I do remember also that you guys found out a lot of extra information as well about the ship itself, how it was. Brondir found out actually that it was kind of retooled.
Yeah, it got attacked by a pirate ship.
Mm-hmm. Well, it did do that, but I'm just saying, even prior to that, it was different. It was a different vessel, and it got retooled into something else.
Oh, right. It wasn't always like a battleship, right?
It wasn't always like a vessel. It wasn't always like a trade vessel.
Yeah.
Right. I don't remember that, but that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, I don't remember that tidbit.
Now,
This could just fully be a recap session, honestly, with all the stuff that we
yes.
haven't. I mean,
Yes.
this is like the Adventure Zone.
Yes, the Adventure Zone.
So he's offshore waiting for us, basically.
Well, he was basically what happened is he saw shit got real on the mainland
Right.
and corralled much of his crew back on the ship, and they sailed off to basically at least put some distance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you guys had offered him enough of a cut in your reward
Yeah.
that he wanted to stick around at least to see if you guys were alive or not.
And this was a reward for the pirate that we killed, the main
Yes.
dude. Yep.
And if I remember right, Brondir has his axe. One of his
Yeah.
axes.
Yep.
One of them.
Yeah, the other one went away. It's the teleporting axe that
That's
I used
right.
to jump
There he
onto
is.
the bird.
Let me just show you yet another
Because
picture.
there was an axe of darkness, and then an axe that allowed him to, move between spaces.
Correct. He could basically shadow
Misty
step.
step.
It's a Misty Step,
Yeah.
but flavored as Shadow Step. Yeah.
Yep.
And if anyone's looking at Roll20, I put out more pictures.
I don't see it.
I see it. I see Sir Bill Long.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I saw him, but I didn't see anything else.
Right.
I don't want to real things, but I just got an iguana update from Earl.
No.
Okay.
This is the first update on our open adoption.
You actually got an
iguana.
iguana update?
Yeah. So he sent a picture.
Oh my god! Look
He
at
sent a
it.
picture of Bono and said the little guy's starting to turn colors. He's eating good.
Oh my god!
What
This
is
is
it?
our open adoption iguana.
Awesome.
Sorry,
You have an
I
iguana?
haven't heard from him in like 2 or 3 weeks, so I was starting to wonder if he kicked the bucket or what. But
I guess
No.
I missed that story.
Yeah.
oh, it's good. I'll tell you later. 'Cause
Yeah.
I don't want to be realist.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's a fun story. But
All right.
Yeah.
So
He's getting
Yes.
big.
Poor baby. All right.
So I'm trying to think of any other details that might have been missed.
What was the name of the guy that we killed? The big dude.
The Ross.
No, on the ship.
It was.
Oh.
Samuth,
Tier
the
something.
fright worker.
Right.
Zamoth, the fright worker. That's right.
Yes.
Have we closed that? Have we done everything for that timeline?
No, we still have to take his head back to the mob boss style mayor of Eritrea.
Yeah. Giannis.
Yeah. Giannis.
Giannis. Oh,
put out
Giannis, the governor guy who
Yeah.
is shady as hell.
Yeah, he's got to pay us so we can pay Bill.
Who
Yeah.
it's his family. He's like fake rich, like
Yeah.
or something.
He's
hood
he's
rich.
like a cousin or uncle or something, and doesn't really have a direct line to the money. And
Yeah.
I think their family fell apart or something like that.
Yeah,
Well-
that sounds right.
He basically, if it sounded, so he's an uncle to the current family head of the Guru. I forgot how I said it. Anyway, and basically, normally like an uncle or an aunt or someone of his stature in the family would be, well positioned. Else, like in the capital, they wouldn't be out typically in what is essentially like a colonial zone, like in a backwater almost.
Right.
I wouldn't say a
You guys
backwater.
need-
It's more like it's like a new settlement.
It's just like really far removed for someone of his stature.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
Alright.
there's ideas that maybe he owes some money to people.
Y'all may have just covered this. I'm sorry. To run to the restroom. What we wanted to go to the witch to get more information about like ways that we can help fight back. We see if she knows ways that we can mobilize the earthly powers that be
Yeah, we
to
haven't
fight
talked
back.
about the witch yet.
Just good.
So to recap that a little
Like
better.
aside from just like our metagame interest, like our reasons for going to her.
Right. The story and reasons. So
Yeah.
a while back, you guys actually, let me see if I can find. So I'll go ahead and show more pictures to
Yeah.
help
Yeah.
jog some memories.
So this is kind of our safe haven with the maestro.
Yes.
That's right.
It's the back cave.
So you guys went to, you didn't go into the swamp, but you did go kind of close to it, to an abandoned kind of manor that basically they had a ton of trouble trying to. Basically, any abandoned property would have been like destroyed at a certain point, but they couldn't do that to this one because it's haunted.
Right.
So what happened is that eventually,
by the devourer and all of his souls that he was like taking over their body.
correct.
Yep.
A weird ghost hive mind, if you will.
Yep. That would
took over.
When you would kill them, the soul would like go back to him.
Correct. Yes.
Yep.
So, so the devourer and his posse took over the manor, and the only ghost that was left, still resisting him, was the maestro.
Yes.
So
we played the music.
That's right.
In the basement.
Yes.
And then that opened up a passageway to a portal.
That's right. Well, it led you to the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the piano had runic type of magic to it, to where essentially when you were playing notes, it acted as a way. Basically, it calibrated the portal that existed in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, depending on what kind of song you play or what you do, it could take you to different places.
Thought maybe we could learn the way to open the gates to other places. I don't know. Maybe like, I don't know if we were thinking eventually to take a fight to Pelora or Malcor or something wild like that, but we felt like maybe the world hopping could help us out at some point.
Yeah, have a quick travel.
It's obviously has much to do with the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Okay. But the big thing the maestro pointed out is that there used to be gods that were in that kind of, this was their domain, and they have been kind of usurped, pushed out, but they are not all gone. And they're trying to use what little influence they have left to basically help you.
Hey Brett, are you recording this?
Yes.
Cool, because I need to go back and like make notes later. I'm trying to make notes as we go, but I need to. I have like a big Google sheet and it's just all jacked up, so I'll kind of listen more for this purpose and stop taking notes so I can go back. But,
right.
Yeah. Continue,
but,
Professor.
Yes, of course. So all of that was to say, basically, to kind of give you guys the idea, to reintroduce you to the idea that the old gods are still around, and the witch might have a connection to them. And that's one of your reasons. Basically, you're hoping that she can help you, or at least not actively hinder you.
Cool. Meanwhile, we still have 2 other of these elemental temples that we know are corrupted and like gateways for Pilar and Malcor to come wreak havoc. And so I think still on the docket is trying to close those. But I don't know if we're like on such a tight 1, 2, 3, 4 linear approach to this now as we were when we started this arc.
I'm taking I'm moving the map to the continental map.
Yep, I see that.
So, yes, you guys still have 2 temples. You have the fire temple, which you think is over here on this island.
Yep.
Yeah.
With giants?
Snake people.
Snakes. The giants are in the water.
That is the problem Retria ran into. Keeping out a snake plague.
The snake plague.
Not ready for the fan art that Drew's going to throw at us when we go back to Ritria.
Yeah, no shit.
Right.
I bet Ritria is like in bad shape when we get back.
And the Earth Temple is somewhere in these like mountainous areas north of Durin.
At the top. Yeah. Where we will likely meet up with our friends.
Well, your friends are all the way up here.
They're in the Badlands.
They are in the Badlands proper.
Why did they go there so bad?
Listen, it all started with Elrond looking for a friend, an old comrade, like a war vet, another fellow war veteran who went missing into the Badlands.
Oh no!
Like the other war veteran who had a thing for divination, essentially wandered off into the Badlands by himself.
Oh my gosh!
And that started their entire adventure, and it eventually escalated to them helping to navigate an army and orchestrate a naval invasion of a city controlled by a hobgoblin army.
Right. Oh my gosh.
Like I think in that campaign I managed to set up probably the largest single battle that I could put together. Like Brett, I don't know. I think there were like 30 hobgoblins on that battle map at one point.
That sounds like a DM nightmare.
Did you just treat them as like a one being?
Did. I kind of did. Like but the thing is, there were like several hobgoblin commanders as well in the ranks, and so some of them were way tougher than others.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
Fireballs were being thrown back and forth. It was nuts.
Oh my god.
No, anyway,
that's so much to keep up with. That's fun though.
Yeah, like that campaign's wild, and it still is.
I'm just glad they haven't decided to search into the Gerbo situation.
Yeah, there was that brief crossover. No, they had far bigger concerns.
I've already told you, don't worry. If they figure out that it was you and that you murdered your brother, I'll just kill you and resurrect you.
But you can only resurrect me. You won't be able to also resurrect Brondir.
Yeah, pretty selfish.
Why is Brondir dying in this situation?
Because we're linked.
Oh, yeah.
Because they are both bonded to the Fae, and if they're bonded to the Fae...
I'm going to need another spell slot. I'm going to need another 5th level spell slot before that happens. So.
Honestly, that would be freaking hilarious, because then we could both come back as random...
That's right, you would just both reincarnate.
That would be amazing. We could both be cat girls.
Well, let's see, that is David's domain.
How is that going for
So
him?
they exist in this world, so...
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. What's funny is that became a joke on myself and on David. Because I gave him a D, there were 10 different options it could have been. 10. The very last one was a Neko cat girl.
It's terrible.
So of course, when David and I get to David's like, "Oh, this is so cool!" He was behind his character dying and being reincarnated mainly because of the wild it was the wild magic table roll that cast
I love that. That's so fun.
So he and I got together separately and we rolled it on Roll20, and the result was a cat girl. It's like, no. I don't want this. He's like, okay, fine. Well, what's great is I said, okay, roll it again. And he rolled it again. He got the exact same result. That's when, and that way, yeah, both of us were like, all right, fine, it's real now. We can't, we can't back away from it. But yes, they exist in the lore.
Unless,
like I said, it was a joke on me.
It came through
Unless it's from another world, through a portal or something.
Yeah.
Well,
maybe he's the person that's causing all this this corruption the whole time. He's disrupting our continuum.
He's turning my campaign setting into an anime, is what he's doing.
Y'all seen Loki, right? Our timelines are with Neko cat girls in here. They're just
that's
splitting.
Right.
That's right. That
Listen,
series is so good. We love it.
The Neko are an extinct species in my world. But because they existed,
not anymore. Yeah.
They were an option.
What happens if his character mates?
You guys gonna play out on the table?
No, but you never know. I mean,
Listen,
like a long rest.
he hasn't exactly had many options in the Badlands. Literally everything is trying to kill them, basically.
A half orc, half Neko.
Oh
Would that
no,
I don't want to think
No.
about it. I don't.
No,
it
he's a-
exists on the internet. It exists.
Oh.
Don't even.
Nope. Yep.
Don't look it up.
Not
don't do
even.
it. No, you really don't wanna. Yeah, you can imagine David and I had to find character art for his character, so
Yep.
This
we did find a good one though. We really did.
is like Sailor Moon. It looks like Sailor Moon.
So bad. So bad.
Jet's gonna send us a link via
I'm
Roll20.
not responsible
Is
for
it
what
safe for
happens
work?
when you click on that link.
Is this safe for work?
No, not.
Oh, what have you done?
Oh, it's a half orc, half Neko. You kidding me?
Yep.
In a maid costume, which I don't want to
Yeah.
think about too hard.
Yeah, it's very
Oh.
like Sailor Moon.
I don't want to think about
Very.
it too
Oh man, that's
Why is the picture before it 2 goats and one of them's pregnant?
what? No,
You're not supposed to click on that.
don't click on that. Don't do
Oh,
it.
I'm here and I'm in this hole. I tried to. Why are there so many pregnant goats with nose rings?
Nose
Okay,
rings?
septum
What?
piercing.
Uh,
Maybe they're
Jet,
cows.
what have you done?
This actually has been
This
a very
is-
helpful
Recap.
recap. Yeah, no, it actually
Yeah.
was really helpful because I was wondering about the witch and the swamp because we've talked about visiting, going that direction.
Right. And other background information that's relevant is that everything you've heard about the witch is most people are afraid of her, obviously, but
Right.
anytime like Malkite cultists have tried to like go into the swamp, she chases them out or kills them.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she's helped people as well as cursed people. So
True neutral.
Yeah.
she is
Yeah.
it's a wild card. As far as you know. And pretty much everyone like she keeps to her area of the swamp typically.
Well, yeah, I say we go track down this witch. I'm excited about it.
And that's what Aphelion wanted to do.
Yeah? All right.
Right?
Well, we can
Well-
we can get the ball rolling, I think.
Sure.
There you go.
So where are we? Are we all at Lord Ed's house, or are we still
No,
back in the village?
I don't know why I went back up to the coast. I think I went to go check out the Thieves Guild.
Oh. Yeah, that windmill's gone.
No, not the windmill.
The old unused windmill.
I forced that into your narrative.
Come on, huh? So I go up there and I get to like halfway to the windmill and I see that it's completely gone.
Well, it's a wreck. It's a wreckage, right? Like the windmill's completely torn to pieces. It looks like lightning struck it.
Okay.
I'll just say that right now.
After I see that the windmill is a big giant wreck and that it's burning from the lightning strike, I just turn around and walk back to the city.
Okay.
I'm trying to
No, I'm not gonna
look
play.
for signs about where they went.
No, I'm not a hero.
That's right. And if we, again, part of recapping, I suppose, you found out that a lot of farmers are starting to grow discontent with Lord Ed.
Yep.
And the main reason is that, year after year, essentially the demands of the capital for grain and food from Abdeos were growing. And so they were keeping less and less of the crops.
But not getting more subsidies.
Right.
That's
And
just
so-
wrong, Aubrey.
And so Lord Ed is, Lord Ed's unfortunately just having to play the role of the bad cop. He doesn't really want to, but it's not like he has a choice. Of course, you can also consider the wider ramifications of one of the great, breadbaskets of the kingdom being destroyed, but that's it for another day.
It's not going to help. I know that.
Very true.
I know.
Okay.
So, I'm trying to remember. I think it was... Yeah, I would say everyone probably went back to Lord Ed's estate and stayed the night. And we're going to go ahead and move to morning unless anyone has anything they would like to do.
I'll walk back to Lord Ed's house.
Okay.
So I'm gonna walk from the windmill back over to Lord Ed's house.
Okay. Well, it's actually pretty much a straight shot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Is Aphelion gonna hang out at the tree?
Yeah, Philly doesn't sleep, so
Right.
she's gonna hang out at the tree all night, in the tree limb.
Okay. The tree was unmarked or undamaged by the storms and the chaos, thankfully. So, yeah, it's a very kind of tranquil place in a sea of chaos.
Sorry.
Chella, where were you in the city? Like, where are you positioned?
I don't remember. I think I was still around the main square.
Yeah.
Probably.
But Chella will make her way over to Lord Ed's house. I think she's going to kind of like take her time and go foraging. Actually, I think she might go foraging like around the tree where Aphelion is.
Oh.
Okay.
She might be interested in examining like the leaves from that tree to see if they
Yeah.
have any sort of useful magic properties.
Didn't you kill something the last time you were over there?
Don't know.
You were like
Sounds right.
You like reached into the ground and like grabbed a root.
No.
I think what you're remembering is I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember myself because it happened to where.
It was.
Well, okay,
Chella had a
so.
temper tantrum.
Well, yes, she
Over
did
here.
that. Like she went off because I remember like. Okay, I think I remember now. Chella got. Basically, Chella wanted to go check on her aunt.
Mm-hmm.
Because her aunt was about to go and do something very dangerous. Which is essentially to confront an extra-dimensional or extraplanar witch or entity. And she was also partnering up with Aphelion's mentor. So let me-
was. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just go ahead and drop a few pictures here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creepy as hell.
Well, I mean, part of it.
It's what's on the inside that counts.
Right.
And on the post.
Aw, we love him.
There's the witch.
Oh, sure.
So, yeah, Amdralos is I liked him. Or I like him, I should say. So
Because he's gonna die.
he's Freudian slip. So yeah, that's right. Chella flew back as a giant eagle back to her home in the redwoods. And she essentially confronted her aunt. Because essentially Chella doesn't want her aunt to die because then she wouldn't have to go through the ritual to kill her lover.
Yes. No one wants to do that.
No.
Yes, so she's very upset that Valkyra is risking her life.
Yes.
But it was hinted at by Valkyra that the ancient magics that mandated the succession of power in their druidic circle might be able to be challenged, but that it would be like it would be like a quest to the underworld, basically, to try and undo the magic.
That's right. Yes, this will be Chella's quest.
Yeah, this will be the spinoff. So, yes.
Nice.
So anyway, she flew back, and that's when her temper tantrum began.
Yes. Yes.
And if I remember right, she like went and talked to. No, that's right. You communed with nature.
Yeah, and just sense the corruption, really angry at the corruption that's like turning her life upside down and the world itself upside down on a larger scale. The tree that she was at, like ripped into.
Yeah, that was really.
That was the tree. That was the tree.
Okay.
That's good. That's cool. That's very cool stuff.
Yeah, I just remember you killed a tree.
Okay.
It was basically already dead. It was fine.
That was the outcome. Yeah, all of that.
Yes.
But it sounds so much cooler when you talk about all the other stuff.
Yeah,
that's right. That's
Try
right.
to kill the tree.
Yeah. No, I think she's gonna go. She's gonna go over to the tree, or Aphelion is in that grove, and I guess roll an Arcana check to see if there's like any useful properties of the leaves of the tree. I don't know.
I want you to roll nature and Arcana.
Okay. Nature. Oh. And Arcana.
Okay.
Decent.
So, you are, as you're foraging around this old large tree, you do notice that some of the leaves, like from the tree limbs, are an odd color. And that is to say they are, let's see, purple.
Okay.
So you're going to take a few of those leaves, and based off of your Arcana check and your Nature check together, you know that. And hold on, let me. Just give me a moment here. I'm generating a name for this.
Oh, cool. I can log this while you're working on it. Would this be a rare item, since this is like a specific tree?
It would be rare.
Okay.
It would be, I will say that you get 3 leaves.
Cool.
And they are known as Ezere. The Essere, that's it, Essere. Essere trees. Essere leaves. And basically they show up on often very old, long-lived trees. And what that indicates is that some of the like mana from the world has essentially started to like make it set. Like basically, it's kind of ingrained in the tree itself.
Nice. Okay.
There's a lot of potency behind them, and they are very they're sought after for different alchemical ingredients.
Okay.
Or rather, different potions. I mean, like they make they make a basis for very powerful potions.
Sweet. Maybe sometime we can talk, but I was thinking it would be fun to like build in like a new potion discovery process, but
Yes.
for now to streamline the game, I'll just log that.
Okay.
That sounds dope. Love it.
Because I remember I gave you a couple other plants too.
Yes, I have a whole Excel document.
Nice. Beautiful.
I'll share with you. Cool. Yeah, that's what Chella does. So she's gonna go pick up some leaves and find a Phalian, I guess.
Pick up some leaves.
Mm-hmm.
She'll ask a Phalian. You had any good conversations with the tree again today?
He's just chilling. We're just vibing. We're just waiting to head out.
Just vibing.
Just vibing.
It takes a lot of energy to speak to him directly, so sometimes I just kind of have to guess at how he feels.
What do you think he's feeling right now, if he could tell you?
Maybe happy that it wasn't destroyed in the storm.
Fair.
Yeah.
I wish we could say the same for the rest of this town, but anyway, I think I'm going to make my way to the manor if you want to come with me.
I would rather avoid nobles and politics and stuff like that unless I'm needed for a battle.
I agree. I'm really just hoping I can coerce a bit more supplies out of this Lord Ed so that we can get underway as soon as possible.
That's a good idea.
Chella's going to have the
Nice.
manor.
Okay.
Nice.
So, did Zach just disappear?
I don't see Zach.
Well, I was gonna say the Brondier is still in Nadia's room with the box.
Oh, okay.
He's back.
Oh,
Sorry, I had to go change and then talk about house insurance
yes.
because I was still wearing the clothes I've been wearing for the last 12 hours. How long? Have a minute.
Good. We're just tree talking and leaf picking.
That's right. That sums it up perfectly.
Yeah, druid and
Vibe.
ranger things.
Yeah.
Vibing with
It's
nature.
But I think I think Chella, Gerbo, and Brondy are about to coalesce at the mansion. At the
Right.
manor.
Yes, and Aphelion is for now is just gonna stay in the tree, in an area of the large tree. And Brondier, you are still in Nadia's room. You have the box, you have the key. You had just tried to open it a few times, but the key keeps flying off. Like, as you eventually, like, you try and apply so much force, it just kind of flies out of your hand onto the other side of the room.
Is it still nighttime?
Yes. Like, basically, Chella and Gerbo are about to get to the manor. Or close, or on the outskirts of it.
Right. Well, but they'll know that I retired for the night, and
Right.
they're going to try to find me, surely. So what I'm going to do is lock the door, turn on a candle or whatever, like dim lights. What I want to do is go to the window, and is the window on? Wait, let me pull this map up. Okay, I'm stationed in this back side of the house. Is that like where her room is?
Yes.
Okay. Is there like a trellis or something, or a way that could be climbed down?
Like there's like a balcony, like an outside balcony you could go and walk out onto.
Mm-hmm.
And
Check my stats.
there is but yes, you could go down that way. But you have like a rope, or if you were feeling particularly brave, you could jump off of a 2-story building.
Yeah.
You could survive.
However,
Let me see.
Figured
Yeah,
you
I guess I'll just kind of.
you would fall into the back side of the garden area.
Right. So what I want to do is I'll affix my rope to something sturdy on that balcony and kind of walk my way down. Like not try to like free climb, but just I guess I'll do an athletics check with
Yes.
that.
It would be athletics or acrobatics. I would
Which I had advantage
say,
on, which that's nice.
Let's go athletics.
So athletics says covers difficult situations you encounter when climbing, jumping, swimming.
Yep, that sounds
So it's,
apt then. Okay, well you crit.
and I had. Yep, sweet. So go down smoothly, so I
Yep.
don't wake anybody up, which is kind of the point of it.
Right.
Great.
And I have the box and key with me too. Just want to have like one last ditch effort. I'm gonna walk out to where her faux grave is. Wasn't I back there once before?
Now you were back there, but you didn't find a gravestone for her.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Well, then what I'll do is slip through that, and I want to walk to the Mother Willow, or whatever we called her, this tree.
You know what? Yeah, it's Mother Willow. Let's go with that.
It's like the
I don't-
colloquial.
I don't
the
think I
colloquial
actually-
name.
I don't think I actually named it, so let's just call it the old Mother Willow, or Old Mother, perhaps. is
Old
what the
Mother.
locals
Yeah,
call
because I
it.
think Mother Willow is off of the Pocahontas movie.
It is. Yeah.
Mother of mothers.
Grandmother Willow.
Mother of mothers.
Grandmother Willow. So we weren't breaking copyright just yet, so that's
Right.
good. Because I know
That's
Disney's
right.
coming after this. They're getting
I
all
mean,
their
they
ideas.
will. I will get
Having
emails
their market. Yeah.
in minutes.
So I'm gonna go out to Old Mother,
Right.
and I guess is Aphelion walking back from there?
Bellion
she's-
she's hanging out there for the night.
She's just
Oh, okay.
laying out on a tree limb.
Everyone's
Yep.
coming to you at the tree. Everyone.
Yep.
Wait,
Popular
so
spot.
Jet's going to the tree too?
She
No.
was there.
I came and went. I've already been there. You haven't been to the tree
Oh.
yet? Everyone's been to the tree already.
I didn't go to the
Wait, so this is the tree split in half?
No.
No.
Oh my God.
No.
Oh gosh.
Let's name that tree so that we don't confuse it. We'll just call that one Dead Tree.
Dead tree.
Just the Dead Tree.
Dead
Listen,
tree.
I didn't even give Dead Tree any. It doesn't have a place on the map. All right.
That was when she flew
Okay.
back to her home in the redwoods.
Right. It was like right after all that.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna get up there, and I guess I'll roll perception to see if I see a Aphelion in that tree or not.
You probably will, but yeah.
Kind of focused.
Yes.
Yep.
Well, I for sure do.
You're pretty focused.
Does Aphelion see me? I guess that she does, but or
I mean, probably.
How
she has a
late-
really high.
How late is it?
I would say that at this point, after Brondir's going down, I'd say probably about midnight.
Okay, I'm
So
gonna
I'm
roll
assuming
for
Brondir probably left a little later.
it. Okay, so I'll say she is in her elven trance and is not. Actually, I think you are conscious during it. Never mind.
Yeah.
Really? They're even conscious during it? Jeez.
I think so.
It's busted.
I think they're aware, right? Yeah. Don't
Semi-consciously.
You have to be like still though, right? You can't like.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I want to just kind of like I guess I've seen her in this trance before, so I'm just gonna like. This isn't great. I have disadvantage on stealth, but I just want to kind of like quietly go up. I'm not trying to be secretive, but I'm trying to not disturb her too.
Well, I'm just gonna have to make you roll stealth save anyway.
Yeah.
Stealth
For
check
sure.
Anyway.
I'm already hovering over that. I've disadvantaged. This is great.
Yes. Okay.
So
I was hoping for a trip and a face plant and a break something.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Yeah.
All right.
Over a banana peel, conveniently placed banana
Right.
peel.
Yep.
Yes,
Felian's just
on a
eating
tree
bananas.
yeah. Belly was just eating banana.
But didn't this thing have a fruit? This tree had a fruit, so you brought a different fruit to this tree.
It did. Did it have a pomegranate? Maybe.
It was something.
That does not sound
This
familiar.
is a magical tree at this point. It's
Sure.
done all kinds of things. Though
But
honestly,
anyway.
with mana infusing it, it all makes much more sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
So I rolled, I guess, 1 point better than her trance. So I'm just gonna say that like
yeah,
nothing noticeable. If she notices me,
like
I know that it's not going to like interrupt her or something.
it's a roll where like it's like in a movie, right? Where like you're climbing up the tree, right? That's what you're doing.
No, I'm just going to the base.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it's like you stepped on like a couple of branches and you hear a loud crack. So you stop, look up, and Felian's just unfazed, and you keep going.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
So, and that's the thing. It's like I don't care that she knows I'm there because she's already been there to
Right.
talk to Mother Tree or whatever. So, but I just kind of want to go there and see. Like that's the only other place I could think of that would have any sort of significance. And while like I'm in this zone, then I'm just going to kind of go to the tree and
Okay.
and then find that spot on the tree, like rub it with my hand. Mother Teresa? What? What?
Yep. That's it.
Garrett.
That's it.
Oh,
we got
That's
it.
really good.
That's it.
All right.
Yeah.
I mean, can't be
All
anything else.
All right.
Yes.
That's it.
All right.
I'm done. We
Good
can't
session.
go. It's
Good
good.
session.
We're
I'll see y'all
I'm
next
writing
week.
it on the
We're
map.
done.
I'm writing it on the map.
Whoa.
Yeah.
It
going
doesn't
on
get any
now.
better.
it doesn't get any better. It's over.
Gosh, if you're waiting on something better to happen this campaign, viewer, then this is it. Like,
We're done.
done.
We're
Can we call
done.
it?
We're done
Call
here.
it?
We're done here.
Oh,
We're done here.
gosh.
Mother Teresa.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh, love that. Cool. That would make the McElroy brothers very proud.
Yes.
So yes, I'm just gonna go and I'll find that spot where our names are carved into it,
Yep.
and I'll sit down and like have my back to the tree, and I'm gonna hold the key in the box and just see if it fits.
It still has that resistance.
All right. Well, I'm gonna put both back, and I'm going to whisper to the tree. I'm just going to say like, thank you for like say a general like thank you, and that I want to be searching for Nadia, and then I'm gonna slink on back and go back to my room, and that's all that I really wanted to do before I went to bed.
Rondir, as you are walking back from the tree, you go back, several feet. One of the longer branches actually, that's like lower to the ground, kind of makes its way towards you.
Okay.
and kind of just puts it. Basically, the branches like put it on your shoulder.
Okay. It's like where I'm walking away, so I'll like, I'm gonna put my hand on the branch. Then I guess turn around and face the tree. Um,
Is that an
Yeah.
insight check on the tree?
I can insight check on the tree.
Yeah. let me do this. Let me see if this has happened before, or if I would know. Yeah.
Wow.
Yo,
Dang.
what's going on with this tree?
So, Old Mother, on
Nope.
very rare occasions, I'm not
Mother
calling it Mother
Teresa.
Tree. I'm not calling it Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa. Anyway,
Just because a name's hard for you to pronounce doesn't mean it's not their name.
Roasted.
Roast the DM. Hmm.
Oh,
That's a wise course of action.
I know, you're right.
So this tree, on rare occasions, is known to react to people. And obviously it has a long memory. And you and Nadia spent many nights here together. So it remembers and knows you.
cool. So it's just like it's breaking character to show affection, I guess.
Correct. Like,
No.
on rare occasions, it is known to, like, move and react to people.
Cool. Love that.
That's cool.
I don't know. I guess I have to put in my hand, and I'm just going to do like a short bow type thing, just like a slow short bow. And yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool, that tree, to do that. Yeah, so I'll carry that with me. That means a lot.
So, okay, Aphelion, or... I'm trying to remember, did Aphelion, like, animate the tree at one point or something?
No, just spoke to
Like
it.
spoke to nature.
She spoke to it.
It
She
did
spoke to it.
It did have emotion or something where it was doing something, but I don't remember
Yeah.
why. And it gave us fruit or something?
Well, it gave Brondir fruit.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Cello would be
Yeah.
very interested in seeing the fruit.
That's right. I can't remember what kind of fruit it was right now. My brain is
It's in
not,
my notes somewhere.
I'm sure. Hey. So you're going back to the manor now?
Yeah.
Okay. I assume Gerbo and Chella are heading to bed. Maybe.
Yes.
Cello's gonna. Can I brew for a while? Can I potion craft?
At first, I
Nice.
thought you said, "Can I brood for a while?"
That brood. That would be classic Cella.
Brooding is a free
That's
action.
just like baseline.
Brooding
Yeah,
is
yeah,
a
brooding
free
is a
action.
free
That's right. You may brood.
That's pretty good.
Cella broods, and then can I recently accomplish 4 hours of potion crafting, of preparing ingredients?
It would cut into your long rest unless you want to, like, cut into the time you have in the morning.
Okay.
Like, you would have the benefits of a short rest if you wanted to, like, get up at a reasonable time in the morning.
Nah, I'm gonna need all my spells. That's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
I'll curb my enthusiasm. Yeah.
Okay. Another
Nope,
time.
That's it. She goes to bed. Yeah.
Okay. And Gerbo's just going to bed.
Yeah, Gerbo's not being very explorative today.
Mm.
His exploration was going to be the windmill, but that got destroyed by lightning.
Right. Okay. So now we're going to take it to the next morning. And I think Aphelion be up first. Actually, out of everybody.
Yeah, her trance is only
Since
4
we're
hours.
outside.
So 4 a.m. she's awake, but it's still in the same place.
Right. So she's just kind of hanging out at the tree. All right. Well. I would
And
say.
so
that-
Brondir has come back to the manor, right?
Yeah, he went back. He came back to the manor and slept in a little bit. I would say.
Okay.
Getting the full benefits
So-
of a long rest, you would be the last one to wake up.
Yeah.
I'm thinking what we should do is I'll come downstairs and investigate, see who's awake.
Okay.
So I walk downstairs, assess the situation, and figure out, kind of trying to figure out what our next steps are as a team.
So
I've packed all my stuff as if I'm not going back into wherever I was sleeping.
okay, all right. So as you come down, you hear a lot of commotion, a lot of it sounds like the sounds of silverware hitting plates, and there's a bunch of conversations going back and forth. And you go into one of the main dining halls, and it's filled with people. So refugees or folks who lost their homes and stuff like that, where they're now sitting down and eating breakfast.
I will get food and sit down with them.
Okay.
Then.
As you're doing that, actually, Lord Ed is also kind of making the rounds. He's clearly directing people and guards. Just periodically, people are coming to him and talking about something or asking him about something. And he makes his way to you, Gerbo, when he spots you.
I am getting food from wherever the food is currently, whatever table it's on.
It's think like a buffet.
Yep. I'm
Kind of a
getting
buffet.
food from that.
Right. So there's
What
very
he
basic
purchased
foods here. There's some meats, like dried meats. There's bread.
Nice.
There's also
Lots
some
of
honey that's
grains.
laid off to the side. A
Nice.
lot of the lower class folk are actually very dumping honey on the food that they get the chance because they don't get honey very often. So
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm making my plate then as he approaches.
okay.
And I look up at him and I say, "It's mighty generous of you to bringing out the good food for these newcomers."
Of course. We've all had a rough few days, so I figured it was only reasonable to at least show them more of a finer things in life.
So you mean to tell me that there's not typically lightning striking and destroying buildings?
No, can't say that it's particularly common around here. Sure, there have been storms in the past, and even occasional tornado, but nothing like what happened yesterday.
Well, it seems like maybe thanks to our group, things will be less chaotic.
I hope so.
What do you?
I'm desperately trying to remember what his voice was, and I don't know.
It's okay.
Lord Ed, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Zach, you just listen.
What's that?
Lord Ed's voice. What is
Right.
his? What is Lord Ed's voice?
I think it was just one of these type voices.
One of these, kind of deeper.
I don't think it was like a
Yeah.
raspy or something.
No. I think this is his voice now.
That's it now.
Yes.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do then is it seems like before the storm there was some concern of some people who are very unhappy with the city and the farmers especially. I hope that maybe more normalcy with everything else can give you a reason to focus on helping them.
Well, my hands have been tied by the capital. And I've had to raise grain and crop mandatory crop taxes
What
year after
what
year.
what costs are you incurring that are making you have to raise the price for them? I'm just like
Transport.
slowly pouring honey on my bread.
You're just very
Just like nice and slow.
right. Well, if you must know, it mostly comes from transportation, movement of crop.
Is that so?
Hmm.
Is it transporting via ships, or is it just across the land, really far up?
It depends. Depends on the time of year. Usually the seas get too violent around harvest time. However,
Well,
this year,
if it's
this year though, the seas are normally calm.
is it something to do with Zenaris? Zenaris?
That's his name.
That's
Like
his name.
His
Is
house
it?
name is Zenaris.
Well, is it? It's the frick. What's the governor's name?
Churro.
Jerome. Giannis.
Giannis.
Giannis Churro. That's it.
Is it something to do with Giannis?
Are you talking about the weather or the crop?
I'm talking about the fees that you are incurring.
Well, it's more than just fees. It's just the amount of crop that gets taken every time. It's increased. And every time, as far as I understand it, has to do with refugees coming from across the sea.
The same refugees that you're hosting here.
No. I guess I shouldn't use the word refugee in this case.
Because there's refugees north that are coming from like a different island or a different area.
No. They're coming from a different continent.
Right.
And they're actually freed. Well, they're runaway slaves.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I
But
remember that.
the Kingdom of Palan would consider them refugees.
Okay.
So they're
And then
coming from across
the
the sea.
refugees here are
They're folks that have lost their homes.
okay.
Uh,
From in the city, within
storm.
the city.
Yes, within the city.
Got it.
Right. Sorry, I
Got it,
need
got it,
to
got it.
clarify.
Yep. No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Okay.
There are more and more runaway slaves coming towards the capital city, seeking protection and freedom. The capital can't provide food for them unless we give it.
What benefits does the capital bring you?
Protection, at least nominally.
Where are they now? How did they protect you from a giant storm and a massive storm bird and abnormalities and magic in the sky? And
Listen.
are they protecting you from that?
No, they didn't.
They're just protecting you from.
I mean, the feudal world. You don't really get a choice about paying.
Right.
All I'm doing is to tell you.
Well, I'm just, Gerbo is
He's a progressive.
Yeah, Gerbo is going to. I mean,
He's a Democrat.
he's going to promote independence here, so, or at least try to. I mean, you're so far removed. You're so far removed from the capital. I mean, you would think that being down here by yourself, you have an opportunity to. You can sustain yourself with food. You can ship things in and out.
You could do that. You're right.
You have a valuable resource, and you have obviously something that they need more of, and potentially something that you have a weight to garner in negotiation. Do you have somebody negotiating you on your behalf in the capital? Or do you just follow what they have to say?
I have gone to every year, towards the end of the year, there is a meeting of the lords of the kingdom. And so any issues or any grievances to in this case, the Queen, Her Grace, she can hear us out. I've brought forward my concerns and my concerns about, well, the food shipments. Unfortunately, they've mostly fallen on deaf ears. Unfortunately, there's just not as. While you are right, we have much food here. There are not many people here. And
Indeed.
the guards, like my guard captain, they are actually on the capital's payroll, not mine.
So they do provide a benefit to the city.
They do. But to say it's strained sometimes is putting it lightly.
Well, my family has experience going to such meetings and negotiating to benefit our city. And if one of those were to come up, be sure to write Brondier, and maybe that's something that I could attend on your behalf.
Well, if you certainly think you could have any sway.
Well, I would think that after all we've done for this continent, I would say that we'd probably have some sway. I think the Wind Temple was our third temple that second temple that we've closed, and we're working on more. And honestly, I think we have some pirate person. We have his head in one of our bags. So we're taking down the bad people that this kingdom is trying to fight. So I would say that the value that we bring may be able to transfer to a city like yours.
There you go again. You guys just like throwing your weight around. It's
Right.
great, though.
You guys.
Yeah, Chella's just like, I'm gonna be a panther.
Right. Well, Lord Ed just kind of sighs. He's like, well, I appreciate that. I appreciate your concern and your offer for help. It would be appreciated. For now, though, we have far more immediate concerns, and I have already sent word back to the capital of what has transpired here, and I can only hope that they will provide aid in due time.
What kind of aid are you expecting out of them?
Resources to help rebuild the town. Or at the very least to give the people shelter. Unfortunately, most of our food stores were wiped out. So we can't offer as much food now. The farmland, most of that has either been burned or ravaged. It will take time to rebuild.
So you're looking for supplies from other areas to rebuild your buildings and maintain shelter so that you can replant your crops so they can grow again.
Yes. At least that is what I'm hoping for, but I don't know how much the capital can provide. I've also sent word to the governor of Etria, hopefully, he's one of the closer, or Etria is one of the closer towns. I'm hoping that they might be able to provide aid as well.
I wouldn't count on that, probably. Maybe. He just seems like a very, he has his own dealings.
I've encountered Lord Giannis on a few occasions, and he is not a very pleasant man, I'll give you that.
Have you had time to assess the damages yet, or are you just hoping that they can provide whatever they can?
I'm just hoping they can provide what they can. But again, with the influx of runaway slaves, they may be stretching their resources thin themselves. If worse comes to worse and I don't hear anything back from them in due time, we'll have to go. I'll have to go to the capital myself.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to set my plate down and I'm going to reach into my pocket and I'm going to pull out 500 gold.
Okay.
And then just put it into like a little tiny bag and say, I don't know what this will do for this area, but hopefully it can help at least a couple of families.
Certainly appreciated. He'll take the gold.
That's probably enough to feed
so,
many families for years, probably.
Yeah, I know. It could definitely rebuild homes, several homes, easily. Like,
but that's Gerbo coming from like big mega city kind of place where it's like
big money.
You know, yeah, exactly. It doesn't really know like real.
Right.
Not woke.
Yeah, doesn't really know what it's like for like a family down here, you know, with like straw houses and stuff.
Right. Your donation is generous. Thank you. And I think so. Is Chella? What was Chella doing?
How long does all this take? Could I brew potion?
All I care about is brewing potions.
So disinterested in the politicking. Yeah. I think she's probably. Okay. I think she's brewing potions. Yeah, I think she's gonna take the half day.
She would. Okay, she would be brewing potions. Yep. Yeah.
So
I mean, I think that whole conversation would honestly take about as much time as it took in real time.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, we were just talking, so I mean,
right.
It's all right.
Hasn't been a ton of time.
Yeah. No, because my ability to actually generate a potion depends on cumulative effort. It's not like I can just like one time do it. So
Yeah,
I'm trying to accumulate, effort over time. So yeah,
Mhm.
I'll spend maybe I'll just say 2 hours. That seems more reasonable.
Okay.
Brewing
Yeah.
potions.
Right. It's 9:14, so we'll come back at 11:15.
There you go.
Yeah.
I will be a zombie at that point.
Yeah.
It'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. I'm logging
So-
it. And then, I mean, I think maybe Chella poked her head down, early breakfast, like looking angry because it's the morning and because she's Chella, and just told Gerbo, and I'm really not in the mood to speak with you or any of these other people that are here. I will be working with my supplies in my room. When you all are ready to leave, please come and find me. Oh, and if you can squeeze any drop of money or help out of your noble friend, then go right ahead. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Of course, as Gerbo hands off 500 gold.
Right. It's the opposite.
Right,
The
yeah.
exact opposite. I love it.
Yeah.
See if you can
That's Chella.
extort this guy who has basically
Next to nothing
to offer. Beautiful.
So you what cumulative effort are you shooting for here?
I'm shooting for 8 hours so that I can craft an uncommon potion. So I've got 6 so far.
Okay.
6 cumulative. Yep.
All right.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
okay. I'll say, Chella, that you are able to dedicate your time, a couple hours, to brewing.
Awesome.
Dedicated time.
And while that's happening, I assume, Gerbo, you're going to be eating at a leisurely pace for breakfast.
Yeah, after I give the money and he talks back to me, whatever he says, I go sit down and eat.
And I will say that Lord Ed has been carried off, whisked away to other important matters, obviously.
Yeah.
Brondir, I would say. Huh?
I was
No,
just
go
gonna
ahead.
say, like, are we to get metagame just for a sec? Are we gonna leave today, or are we gonna like buy a couple days in town? Like, do other people have things they need to do here?
That's a good point.
Well, the guy on the ship is waiting for us, so
He's
Oh,
ready
yeah,
to wait
that's
for
we
the
don't wait
leave.
around too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that's right. Okay.
I mean, he may be at port for a while anyway, but I'm not sure.
Right. So, I think for now I'll go ahead and shift it to Brondir. So, Brondir, what are you doing this morning?
I really don't have anything special to do. I feel like I'm exhausted from the events that happened in the last few days, and am just happy to be in a place where I feel known, and I just want to wake up and get breakfast and eventually run into the group to see what we have planned. So,
All right.
nothing really illustrious.
Okay.
And that's actually a change for your character, because your character was like hiding, like trying to like hide in plain sight before.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of development for Brondir since coming to Abdeos.
Yeah.
No, it's cool. I like it.
So, does a Felon you want to do anything this morning?
While she's waiting, she is practicing shooting arrows while hanging upside down from a tree branch.
Wow.
Doing your like arrow burst where you shoot like 8 arrows at once.
Yep.
And they kill everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just being a badass in general. Okay, got it.
Well, to be a badass, you got to practice. So.
Well, I mean, you're not wrong. So, I'll just say that, Brondir, you'll head down to breakfast. I assume, at some point.
Yeah, just, normal time. I'll probably hear the same thing that Gerbil heard, just like pots, pans, typical smells.
Right.
Go down the
Some
stairs.
people are gonna hey, cheer. when you
Well,
show
yeah,
up.
there's still like people in. Is there still people in hiding inside of this house, or they kind of go home after that, or?
No, there's still people that are there. Because they have nowhere else to go.
Right. So yeah, I just kind of squat down and just kind of hang out. And nothing. I just wait for food to come around, not try to get to the front of the line or anything.
Okay. Well,
Nice.
you don't spot Lord Ed. The conversation between Gerbo and him has already passed. So you'll just go ahead and eat breakfast, mingle with the locals. I will say that nothing really notable happens on that front.
Sweet.
And Gerbo, do you do anything after breakfast?
No, I'm gonna after I eat, I'm gonna go outside and wait out front.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do. Just wait out front, because
All right.
my goal is to like move us to either the witch or back to the dock or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's
Okay.
what Gerbo is just trying to like, now that we've done, and like I don't want to try and stick around and help the city recover. I gave money and that's all I want to do. Like,
You undoubtedly helped many, like a few families, actually.
Right.
So you actually
Right.
did. Gerbo did good.
Yeah, Gerbo did
I never
good.
thought I'd say that sentence, but Gerbo did good.
Yes, Gerbo was altruistic.
Yes.
It's very good.
So does everyone want to go ahead and head to the dock, or actually, where do you guys want to go?
I think we talked
I
to.
mean-
To wait around, right? So we could go to the witch.
How about we do that in character? We meet up at some point, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I would say that you guys had like a general plan to like kind of meet up outside the manor or the estate.
Mm-hmm.
And
Kind of a little later into the morning.
After Chella has done made her brewing.
Mhm.
yes.
Did her brewing.
Chella,
She
you walk
walks
up.
up. She's like,
And I go, woo, Chella, you stink.
Immediately.
Smell of progress, thank you. Things are not quite finished, but I suspect in a couple more hours you will be thanking me for this stench that I'm carrying around.
well, are we ready?
I
Yes,
believe so.
where should we go?
We know the general area, but I'm not sure exactly how we're going to find the witch once we are in the swamp. I don't know that we really figured that one out. If Alien, do you think there's any way that you might be able to track her within the swamp?
If we're in her, if we're in an area where she has left any signs at all, I can, but we might have to get in within the vicinity first.
Do we still have the head of the person we killed on the ocean?
Chella pulls the preserved head out of her bag.
I want to remember to cast another. I forget what it's called.
Oh yeah, the decay protection spell.
Yeah,
What is my spell called?
probably a good idea.
Is it Undying Touch? I can't remember. Can't remember what it's called. But it's one of her like always armed things.
Hmm.
Yeah, sure. Shella pulls out the head and notices that one of the eyes is getting a little gooshy, and
Ugh.
yes, and recast the spell. Preserve the head. It doesn't fix the eye or make the eye like go back to the way that it was. It just kind of like freezes
Prevents
it
anymore.
in current goose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't, he wasn't turning on us. That little head, it represents a lot of money for all of us, especially Mr. Bill Long, who's waiting for us.
Well, you're very welcome to carry it around with you, Master Gnome, if you're so worried about.
That thing is as big as I am!
It probably is. Might be bigger. It's a Goliath's head after all.
Well, then I suppose you'll just have to trust me.
Although it would be a very intimidating thing to carry. But I won't.
He would just be dragging its head across the ground.
Yeah.
By the hair. Gross.
By the hair, of course.
Yeah.
So shall we head to the swamp?
Maybe we'll be able to pick up on some arcana or something once we're close by. It's just a lot of area to wander into blindly, trying to find someone who doesn't always want to be found.
Well, you clearly were not with us in the redwoods.
That is true.
Should
And did
I...
you see what happened there?
Oh, the massive crater that you blasted miles around in my home. Yes, I did see that.
Well, you are welcome. We destroyed
Wow.
all of the evil spirits that were there.
Anyway, should I go ask
thank you.
Lord Ed before we head out? I know he might know the way. Give us some tips. Unless one of you thinks you know, we don't need to bother him.
No, let's go ask him. He may be able to give us more information to keep us safe, since he's visited with this being before.
He may even want to come with us.
I'm not excited about that possibility.
I think he's got his hands full.
Yeah.
So,
We might as well.
rather than make a scene of it, how about I go in and grab him and just bring him back out here? It's because there may be some kind of sensitive information.
Right.
Chella like looks around and notices how everyone's staring at all of them standing together, and
Yeah.
yes, that probably be for the best.
Right. I'll just be a moment.
Not the most. D&D groups are never, ever subtle.
Inconspicuous.
Never,
Yeah.
never inconspicuous at all.
Hey, you in the conversation, come here.
Yeah.
got a secret.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Healing this boy? No. Come here. Tell me where the secret lady is.
Right.
No.
Well, okay. So you do track down Lord Ed. He's still on the estate. It looks like he's just kind of sitting down, just kind of catching his breath. And he sees you, and I assume you just kind of motion for him to follow you.
Actually, I'm gonna walk to him.
Okay.
Seeing that he's like that, I'm gonna kneel down beside him and say, "How's the day been so far?"
Well, it's been quite busy. We've been trying to assess the damages and make sure we have a proper head count of everyone.
Right.
And
That's
also, of
good.
course, just trying to keep everyone accommodated.
Yeah. I mean, you've got a house full. If anything, maybe you're building up some good spirits for all these people that kind of were irritated just a few days ago. The only
Right.
time will tell, of course. But I mean, most of their farms burned down anyway, right? So
True.
maybe not to laugh at. Sorry, but hey, so would you mind following me out just for a second? I have a question to ask in confidence. It's probably fine, but just in case, if you can meet me and my party just right out front.
Yeah. Lord Ed is going to signal to a couple of guards, basically to say like, just wait here, just let me go. Let me go with Brondir. And so he follows you out.
Cool.
And you guys, and he goes, now what is this sensitive information you want?
Like I said, it's not necessarily sensitive as much as I don't know who doesn't need to hear it, right? Actually, Chella, you lead off.
The very dangerous witch who lives in your swamp. We're going to find her.
Subtle.
Yes.
We understand that you visited her, and we're hoping that you can give us any information that you may have about her whereabouts and any precautions that we should be taking.
Well, I would generally advise not seeing her unless you absolutely felt like you needed to, as I did. That being said, hopefully you will make it back alive. If she's in the mood to talk, she often requires a price. But
What kind of payment is she interested in?
it doesn't matter. I couldn't exactly tell you. The price that she asked of me is different. Every person she asks a price of, it's a different thing. Sometimes it is something as abstract as memories. Other times it's very literal, such as items, or some rare cases I've even heard of lives.
When you say that, I nudge Brondir.
Yeah. What was it that she did? He already told me, right? I don't want to ask him if you've already told me.
Yeah.
Did he tell me? Yeah.
Kinda. He didn't like spell it out completely, but it had to do with one of his children.
Yeah. To find out where Nadia
went.
Like,
Yeah.
It was like it didn't die, but it was like something I remember. But okay, so I just kind of am aware that.
Let's just say there was a price, and
yeah, a price.
Yeah.
Which makes me very afraid to go, but.
Yeah.
But if you think that visiting the witch would be helpful, there's a guide that I know of who can get you at least to her territory.
Oh, they're gonna be weird. They're gonna be so weird.
I'm into it.
Let's meet this person.
Gerbo is in the.
His name is Gary.
Say, well,
he's a 5'7" Caucasian.
Hello.
The most weird.
I'm gonna say that I'm interested. I don't yet know what I want. And I don't yet know what she might take away. But I don't have anything to lose, in my opinion.
Gerba would say that.
I've been to my kingdom. I haven't been to my home. Can't go back to my home. So it's only up from here.
Well, I recommend the guide, Sammy Moise.
Sammy Moise. I know Sammy.
Oh my god.
Do you?
No.
You?
No, that was a lie. Just needed to talk.
Yeah, good
No.
old Sammy.
Deception.
I don't know Sammy.
Deception. Now, if you want to find him, he will be. He's off on the outskirts of town. Assuming his house is still there. I think it is. He built it into a hill. He often has look for the hill house with several furs. He likes to be. He's a trapper of sorts.
Okay.
Awesome.
Sweet.
I'm good with us.
Yeah, can we go meet Sammy tonight? You guys good to keep playing a little bit?
They go.
Let's go.
Alright.
This will be fun.
Yeah. I am also really scared of what this witch is going to want.
Well, okay. The way I'm seeing it, you guys are going to meet Sammy, and that's probably where we're going to end it for
Yeah.
tonight.
That sounds good. So can you ding on the map again where he is?
Alright, so let me take you to a different map. The swamp is out of frame here. So, Abdeos is right there. So his house would be like here. Or like here. Kind of the halfway point between the swamp and Abdeos proper.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Can I draw
It would
it?
be kind of off the road a little bit, but not like the main road, but not too far off.
One of these hills.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So you guys gonna head out?
Yeah.
How long of
Okay.
a walk is this?
This will take maybe a couple hours to get to. Okay, go
Are we
ahead.
walking? Like we're walking, or is this like a? Are we getting like a carriage?
I mean, you guys could get a. Well, I don't know. You may not be able to get a carriage.
I feel like we're probably either walking or on horseback, right?
Do you guys have horses?
Oh,
No,
the
we don't have any-
Sebastians
we
were
don't
up
have
in
any-
Retria.
I mean, you have the Sebastians always.
Oh, they're in Retria, I thought.
They're in Retria.
They are in Retria.
So we'll have to procure some horses.
I think it would be worthwhile if we're in a hurry.
Okay, fine, let's do it. I'll pay. Gerbo will pay for it.
Is it the same
Okay.
horses that we had to take in the forest last time that we just like pieced out on?
No, these would have to be different horses.
What
I think the
happened?
tieflings are still bringing those back to town.
God,
Yeah.
yeah. That's how accelerated of a timeline you guys had for a bit. But
So how many gold would 4 horses and a carriage be? One?
If you get a carriage, you just probably need 2 horses.
right.
2 horses and a carriage. One gold.
I would say probably more like 10 because, well, this is a disaster area. Horses and carriages would be harder to come by.
Okay, I'm gonna remove 10 gold.
Right.
So we've got ourselves some a horses and carriage.
Okay.
Thought you
So
said
how
horse
long
and carriage.
how long of a drive over is it now? Is it still multiple hours?
Oh, it would probably take 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, sweet. You're welcome.
You guys are traveling along, and you do see, just more of the devastation. And eventually, you come across, and keep in mind this is kind of a not paved. It's like a cobble road. There we go. It's like a cobblestone. But as you guys
yes,
go along,
Zach, what kind of cobblestone is it?
Limestone, probably.
There you go.
well, there you go. Okay.
Zach studied cobblestones and the different types of stones.
Oh, I studied patterns, yeah, and the subliminal effect of how you operate on cobblestone streets. Yes, so
Interesting.
these
Okay.
would just be rough cut cobblestone.
Yeah.
Love
So
it.
they
I'll say
guys are
limestone,
going-
probably whatever stone is of the area.
Right. So as you guys are going along, you do see, not too far off the main road, on a dirt path, a large kind of hill, and it looks like there's a, what you can kind of see is like a chimney sticking out of it, and there's smoke coming out. And you see out in kind of the front yard, sort of like a kind of a tannery, if you know what that is, right? It's kind of a place where animals are skinned, and you see several different furs that are laid out. It looks as if this is one of the few places that has been spared. And as you guys approach, you are going to see what looks like an old man, old bearded human, who is smoking a rather long pipe. He's just puffing it up, kind of taking a break. And he spots you guys coming. And I'll go ahead and just show the picture of him.
Love him. I love his little bald head.
This is excellent. So good.
Yeah.
It's like definitely.
Jeremiah Johnson vibes.
Yeah, for dang sure.
Nice.
So, is there, as you guys approach, is there anything you would like to say to him?
Stella's not one for
Howdy.
words.
Gerbo hangs out the side of the carriage. And
Hail and well met.
Sammy!
He kind of looks at you guys a little leerily and says, well, hi there. How can I help you?
We're off to see the witch.
Wait, what now? You're off to see a witch?
Have we stopped the carriage yet?
Yes, you've stopped the carriage.
Okay, yeah. Sammy, hi. I'm Brondir. This is Gerbo. This is Chella, Aphelion. Lord Edwin sent us your way. We are on a very important mission, and we think that the witch may have the ability to help us. I knew that Lord Edwin had gone before. He sent us your way and said you might be a helpful guide. If you would like, then we would be happy to compensate you for doing so.
Oh yeah. I grew up around in the swamp now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great.
I gotta tell you now, this is a very now Lord Eddie, he'd be a real sad thing happened to him. I took him to the witch too a few years back. No. Yeah, I don't know if you really want to go see the witch or not. That's probably not a good idea.
So what exactly happened to Lord Ed?
He's just lucky he was able to get out, able to get back to me now, after he got out of the witch's her land now.
Have you taken anybody else there?
No, sir.
How do you find this witch when you go? What signs do you look for?
Yeah, she leaves her markings, see, on the different, on the tree sides. She has her special, trinkets that she hangs around. Now, we don't bother her, and she don't bother us.
I think we're quite decided to bother her and talk with her.
You don't have to meet her, we just need you to get us to her. Our business is very important.
Well, right then. I deserve to
We
be,
are moving with all we're moving with all haste. We don't have much time left here in Abdeos, so would you be able to take us now?
What sort of payment would you require?
Nah. Yeah, I mean, any gold there, any coin would be good. Always good, yeah.
We have coin.
All right, all right. I won't take you right to the witch's doorstep. I will take y'all to the witch's domain.
So you're just going to take us to the swamp? We know how to get to the swamp.
No. She'll have all the swamp now, sir. She don't no swamp. She got her own little territory, little land.
Right.
She marks it. I could get you
What
there.
you smoking? What are you smoking there?
So go tobacco.
Do you have any to spare? And I'm gonna pull out my pipe.
Sure. He's
All
gonna give you a little bit of his tobacco.
What was I rolling? Was it a performance check?
Performance, yes. He doesn't need to roll a performance check. He's got this.
I say,
Oh,
yes,
nice.
I have one as well. And I reach into Chella's bag and pull out the giant Goliath
Oh my
head.
god. Oh my god.
Oh,
And I say, well, it's in here somewhere. Hold, please.
What is that? Why do you have a head in there? He's kind of backing away a little bit.
Like I said, we're on an important mission.
It's the head of an infamous pirate.
Oh yeah. That one of them pirates, yeah. Sea
Yep.
thieves, yeah.
We're gonna collect the bounty.
Take it back to the page.
Okay. He's kind of calming down now.
Fair enough.
I must have left it back in probably Retria. Oh well.
Now,
And
Sammy,
I stuffed the head back in
good
Chella's bag.
tobacco.
Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. Got it down from the Jemmersons down south now before the storm.
Nice. Love it.
Jamerson's. Oh my god, this is great.
Listen. You want a guide? You got a guide.
I love Sammy. Sammy Moisey.
This might be my
So
favorite
good.
character of all time.
So how much do you
Yeah,
charge?
He's just good
Aye.
people. We can't let Sammy die.
No. Sammy dies.
Sammy die. We
Can't
just
let
met
Sammy
him and
die.
I'm in love. Anyway,
I know.
Sammy, you're coming with us.
alright now. Pay a upfront fee, 25 gold, and then on the return trip another 25 gold.
That's a steep price, but we'll pay it.
Alright.
Wow.
I have no bargaining skills.
And I step in and I say, Sammy,
Here we go.
you seem like a very intelligent man.
I know my craft. I know the swamp.
And you've only taken one person to see the witch.
No. I took more when I was younger.
Oh, so you're experienced doing this.
Of course. I was raised right outside the swamp now. My brothers and sisters, my cousins.
How about this? How about we give you 10 gold up front, and we give you 50 gold if we make it back.
Or persuasion.
That's 10 more gold than we'd have to pay.
It's true.
Wow.
Well,
Too
that's a
bad you didn't-
14, because there's no advantage here.
Yeah, too bad you didn't have advantage.
He says, kind of stroking his beard, puffing his pipe a bit.
Technically, it's
Says,
more money for him.
Right. Technically. He says, How about 20 gold up front?
And 30 on the return.
30 on the return.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds like a deal.
I guess if we die, we don't need our gold anyway. I don't know why we're bargaining on this.
Yeah.
Fair point.
Well, it's less gold. It's like less gold for him for him to like lead us into something. Like it's less out of pocket gold for us if
he
I'll tell you
dies.
now, this is a standard practice because obviously not many folk come back. So
While we're on the way, since you're so familiar with the swamp, I have particular interest in certain native ingredients that might be growing along the way. Would you happen to be able to point out certain plants if I gave you a list to keep in mind as we go?
Yeah, I could do that, yeah.
Thank you, I would be much obliged.
nice. Cool.
That's true.
Get a little stock on supply.
Yeah, that's true. In fact, do you forage in the swamp? Do you keep any sort of supply room?
Hold on.
Was that in character?
No. I wish it was, but no. I can't like sneeze like that on command, otherwise it would be. Nah.
Sammy, what are you allergic to?
How back?
Is it Chelly's awful smell?
No, I just said he's allergic to tobacco, jokingly.
He's allergic to city slickers.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your city slickers now. You got your shoes and your your fancy
Your
shoes.
carriages.
Your carriages. He says, no, I don't really forage out in the swamp now that much. Now too old for that. Too old. Oh, no. But I could point out to you.
Well, we're in a bit of a hurry, so as soon as you're able to go, we're ready.
Aye. He'll kind of get up and kind of walk leisurely back into his house and slam the door. And probably about
I
five.
look at the group.
Huh?
And say, do you think we'll ever see him again?
He's just gone forever.
There's at least a 25% chance he's running away.
About 10 minutes passes and he comes out and he's got just one bag slung over his shoulder with his pipe.
I say, oh,
And he's got and now he has a hat. He has like looks like a leather hat
The truck.
put over his
Great.
bald head.
That's great.
And
Kinda big
What's
into that.
what's in the bag, Sammy?
Big hat vibes.
just pack some lunch now. Some food. And he has a walking stick with him as well.
Good. I hope it's magical. I hope it's
Got,
like a spell casting thing.
I got my stick. I got my knives. I got some food for myself.
Is he a human?
Yes. He's just Cajun.
Nice.
It's fine.
Just making sure. Just Cajun, that's it.
I sent you my shopping list.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So-
White getting hemlock. Jesus.
Do you want nice poisons for your sword or not?
Jesus.
All right.
Let's start our next campaign going into the swamp.
Yeah, I think that
Just
makes sense.
start. Just cut out everything else. Just go back to the swamp. So long as Sammy is there.
Yes. Let's just hang out and get high with Sammy at his swamp
That's
house
our
for a
swamp
while.
house. It's just like just
That's
the.
That's
in the
right. That's
swamp.
right. You know, I got a, and of course, obviously I got a cousin now. Cousin.
Yeah, he does.
Brother,
Yeah, Sammy's got a
brother
lot
and
of
sister
cousins.
So
who still
many
live around the
cousins.
swamp.
Well, see, that's the thing, Drew.
And
Do I
half
need
of
to
them
roll
aren't actually
Constitution?
cousins.
Do what?
Do I need to roll the
To
Constitution
smoke a
saving
crack.
throw? Am I smoking like some dank stuff right now?
No,
Some sweet, stinky swamp weed.
you are not.
Just like, oh, it turns out that it was laced the entire time. And it's just like,
As you just
this guy
start tripping, just go on a trip.
all of a sudden, Sammy turns into a lobster, and I'm like, oh, sorry.
I see the stash. Hit ya, yeah.
I do want to see Sammy's supply room, and I want to know if he does any kind of like home craft potioning stuff.
I love that.
Because he's like
Well,
a survivalist.
He's like ready to go. He's locked the door.
All right,
Yeah.
all right, we'll do it another time. Another time.
Maybe on the return
Alright.
trip, you know.
Yeah, if there's a return trip.
Right.
If there is a return trip. Oh, but like
Cool.
before you guys go, he just he goes to Gerbo and he just has his hand out. He says, now the coin.
I shake his hand.
And we trust this guy because Ed sent us. To
Yeah,
him. Like
I shake
he was-
shake his hand, and with my other hand, I'm getting coins out, and I give it to him, and I say, please, sir, don't kill us.
Oh no, I couldn't kill you. No. And he's sitting there as he says that as he's counting up the gold. He does it very quickly. Says, all right. And he puts it. He puts it.
If it's good enough for Lord Ed, he's good enough
Yeah.
for us.
Right.
All right, we'll go Bigfoot hunting next session.
Yes, Bigfoot
Go
hunting. Squatching.
No,
Crew goes
it's
watching.
it's the skunk ape. It's the skunk ape. We're-
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm taking 20 gold out of my inventory.
Okay.
Take some
Good.
sight.
So the
Alright.
whole rest of the
I'm
day,
just the financier.
Huh?
the whole rest of the day is gonna, while you're riding in the carriage, you're gonna have to listen to Aphelion talk to Sammy about things you can do with animal carcasses.
Sammy will be all over that shit.
Big animal carcass.
Yeah.
fight.
Chella's
Oh
like,
my
Chella's
God.
like interested. She's interested in that. Yeah.
Rondeer is
Oh,
doing
yeah.
roll a con save, another con save,
I think that would be a sanity check.
or a sanity check. Okay, all right.
Is there
just hold it
sanity? Or,
There isn't.
No.
I wish there was, but there isn't.
It would be. What would it be? What do you roll against psychic damage? Charisma.
survival? I don't know. My
That's
rolls are
funny.
very well. That means that when we go to this witch, they're about to be crap.
You're
Oh, yeah.
spending them. I know. Stop spending them. Well, guys, it's so good to hang out again and get back
Yes,
on
it
track. I missed this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Should we try to find a date while we're all here?
Yes.
Let me go back and get my phone.
Now, next Monday is Labor Day.
Jet, you're off next Wednesday.
Yes, I am.
Is it next week? Is it next Monday? I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, this upcoming Monday.
Yeah.
I'll be flying back from Tejas.
Right.
I'm on call Monday. I can do Tuesday or Wednesday next week.
Tuesday or Wednesday would be good, I think, for Brett and I.
I can't do Wednesday. I have a meeting that night.
Tuesday it is.
Rosh Hashanah.
All right.
Oh,
Bless you.
so we all have to speak Hebrew. Nice.
There you go.
Nice. Never done that before, but
It's hard enough to
Yeah.
speak Cajun.
I
Hebrew would be a
know.
lot harder.
God, and like that's like
Yeah.
that's not even a good Cajun accent.
No, that's more of a. It's a good. backwoods draw.
Yeah. Yeah.
Demo
It's like
page-
a little.
page
It's like
number.
tone down Foghorn Leghorn. Just
That's
like tone
right.
down a little
Yeah,
bit.
That's
yeah,
funny.
good one.
That's funny, Jam.
It's good. Drew, you always amaze. I don't know where you pull these voices out of, but it's a gift.
I
It
just knew, like, if you guys are gonna go to the swamp, you were gonna want a guide, and the guide had to be Cajun.
Yeah,
Or
that
at
was
least like
good thinking.
approximating it. It was just like there's no getting around it.
Oh, that's good. That's
What's funny
perfect.
is you didn't
That's
even bring
perfect.
up a guide, did you? It was just kind of
No, natural thing.
nice.
No, I mean, I knew you guys were going to go to the swamp, so I figured I might as well have. I mean, you're not going to know exactly where the witch is, so
Yeah.
I don't know
Guide.
that.
We could
Nice.
use a
Sammy
locate
is amazing.
spell.
A
Yeah?
locate spell.
Yeah, but we would have to be a lot closer.
yeah.
Yeah. That could take a long time. I don't know. I don't even know what Chella has in that domain, but I need to look at my spell list and equip some good stuff before this next thing.
I'm gonna try to organize my Google Sheets of like summary stuff, and also I want to make like a separate sheet just on characters that we've encountered, so we can have that can be a good way to do recall of like who we met
Who's
and
what.
where,
Yeah.
all the way back to like the Elven Forest and all
Nice.
kinds of stuff. So,
That's cool.
just so we can have, because this is like going on our third year of this campaign, I think. So,
I know.
although
Here,
we
in
haven't
case
played,
anyone else is interested, is Chella's foraging and crafting, potion making
Mhm.
spreadsheet info that I made. And I sent to Drew.
Yeah.
So I'm not just making it up. There's a
Right.
system.
There's a system in place.
integrity.
Yes.
Yeah.
I trust you, and I remember Brett. I think Brett, you came up with the system, didn't you?
With the
Yeah.
not this, but the more of like a how long to craft each one and the cost.
Right.
Each level.
Right.
Not I didn't come up with any ingredients or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I sent.
Cool.
I think I came up with the potions and sent them to you for approval.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
very cool.
Okay.
Look at this baby
Alright.
jet picture.
Looks-
Okay.
Huh?
Like young
Oh,
jet.
from my Google profile.
Yeah. It's okay.
That was
Mine's
the-
from
that
like. Yeah.
That was Gareth and I's first date.
That was
Gareth,
our first
Gareth
date.
took that picture of me on our first date.
That was our first date.
Okay.
Oh.
So that
Yeah.
was
Mine is
a
from
long time ago.
2012. I think.
Oh,
So,
then-
Remember
No.
the boat times?
Yeah, it's 9 years ago. Oh my god.
Oh man.
What if Sammy was actually an old Greg voice?
I'm glad
Oh
he's not.
no.
I'm
Yeah,
old Greg.
the Michiu.
I'm old Greg.
I think we would kill old Greg pretty
Your
fast.
mother liquor.
Yeah.
It wouldn't take long before we would
Mother
murder
liquor.
him.
Yeah.
You ever drink Bailey's from a chute?
All right, guys. It's good to see you. I'm glad life is being kind to you.